So what happens in your scientific world?
I would say, starting from your grandmother, everyone is a scientist. Scientist is a term people have given to segregate them to be somebody very unique, but scientist is one of the professions they pursue. When your grandmother made a new recipe, that's an invention, that's an innovation, often a recipe. So innovations constantly happen from kitchen to the outside world. Everyone is innovating. In India, the way we drive, right? Very innovative. It's awareness, driven driving is what we call it as. It's not by the rules, but people know 360-degree awareness when they drive. That's very innovative way of driving, right? So scientists, we have a specific project-related activities we do. We look at things based on the research question we are asking. What is that I want to understand in this? What is the solution I'm looking for? So that drives the process. And research happens here. Bench is only to translate that thought process. If people say, I've been working in the lab for several years, it is to find an answer to the hypothesis they have put across, they're chasing. They're trying to find a solution for that. So that is why they do research, scientists. So scientist is not somebody who is very special or very unique.
Are you sure about that?
Absolutely.
Okay, that needs to be said out loud.
Yeah, I don't feel that I'm any special or something. I'm like anybody else.
Okay. So when it comes to you chasing about any hypothesis, is that you're already fed and then you go across it, or is it like you in the process learn about it? Okay.
So we have a specific question, research question. Okay, I want to identify which is the pathogen or the bacteria which is causing this infection. Or then now I need to design the experiments which will help that bacteria to grow in my laboratory. So it's all very systematically, methodically, designed experiments. So it's not random. I just felt like this, so I just do this experiment. No, there has to be scientific rationale because everything runs by principles. Right? The whole universe runs by principles, right? So the laws of physics govern this. So we need to bear in mind, and then we design the experiment based on that. Now, what is a particular bacteria requiring to be more nutritionally growing? Okay. So like human beings, each of us have got different ways of nutrition, right? It is not the same food everybody is eating. All of us eat different foods. Some require more protein, some require less protein. Similarly for bacteria, I'm a microbiologist, so I would speak from that perspective to explain this.
Absolutely.
So we would grow bacteria with we provide the food which is beneficial to that particular bacteria and will help that to grow. At the same time, we will use ingredients in that food which will prevent other bacteria from growing. So we make it very unique.
You mean to say bacteria have brains?
So when we grow the bacteria, we use different kinds of media. We call it as media. Media is nothing but food for bacteria. That's the terminology we use. Masala dosa andange, we call it as media for this.
Yes, yes.
So we grow different kinds of food, provide different kinds of foods for different kinds of bacteria to grow. And once they grow, it starts from a single cell or maybe few cells. They all multiply every 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
20 minutes. That is the speed at which bacteria grow. That means they are evolving very fast. They change very fast. So they understand us very well.
But they carry the same characteristics.
A particular bacteria carries particular characteristics.
But when it comes to virus?
Everything.
Change.
So that's the reason we give them a name, right? Generic name and species name. Genus and species we call it.
Yes,
right?
yes, two names.
So two names are given. Like we are called as Homo sapiens, right? Homo erectus, like various species are different types of, during evolutionary process we have been also given species changes. Genera is one. So in bacteria also most of the people would know is like E. coli. Right? People talk about it because in water, wastewater, everybody, or cholera.
Yes, yes.
You heard of cholera. That is much easier to relate to.
Yes.
Vibrio cholera is what it is known as. So Vibrio is a genus, cholera is a species. And we know for Vibrio cholera, what kind of food has to be provided that other bacteria don't grow, but except this will grow better. So we'll give that kind of food. So going to your question, if bacteria have got brains or, right?
Yeah. Because you said it will not consume what the other bacteria is consuming.
Yes.
Right? The others will not consume and they'll not grow.
Yeah.
Hence, you're only having the culture of that bacteria in
Yeah.
that particular experiment. So what's happening there?
There's no term as brain. See, we humans, we think the whole world thinks like we think, and the whole world has to be like us, right? That is where our limitation comes in.
Yeah, yeah.
So microbes, they don't need to have brains. Brains like humans think we have brains. They have a different mode of communication, which is called as quorum sensing.
Okay.
So they send signals to each other, and they communicate with each other,
Okay.
and they transmit the information from generations to generations through leaving the information on the genetic code. So when the bacteria dies, so either it would leave it in the open environment for other bacteria to just take it and learn from it, or it would transduce. So transduction we call it as, they're very interesting. One is between bacteria, one is sexual reproduction we say. It forms a tube between two cells and it transmits the genetic information.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That is conjugation. Now transformation is, it just leaves the message out, the other bacteria would take it in. Okay, it absorbs it into that. The third is very interesting. We have another kind of virus known as bacteriophages, we call it as. They're like helicopters,
Yes,
like
yes.
what you call satellites. They got that hexagonal kind of a shape and legs and all. What they do, they come, they go into the cell, they take the genetic material and go and pump it into another bacteria. That's called transduction.
Okay. Okay.
So which
Like the
means,
carriers.
yeah,
Okay.
they take one information from one bacteria and give it to the other bacteria, so it spreads. So in a way, if you see, bacteria have evolved so much, though they belong to the primitive class, how we have classified them as primitive. Humans, we classified them as primitive and we call it as primitive. But in my opinion, they are the smartest beings on earth, microbes.
Without brains.
They have they don't need not have brain for that
Brains,
matter,
yeah.
right? They have that inherent information is so rich because every 20 minutes they replicate. Humans, we replicate maybe 30, 40 years once or twice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the age, right?
Yes.
You don't replicate so often.
Yes. Yeah.
So unlike microbes, that means every time we replicate, we are transmitting our information to the next generations, right? That's why they say lineage they see. These traits keep coming in this lineage.
Yes.
Similarly, bacteria also, we look at their lineage, right? What is the original cell? During the process, if there is a cross with another bacteria of different variant of a same species, then this bacteria gets modified.
It changes.
It changes. It acquires new information and it can express just like human beings, show different information. If you look at when a baby is born,
Yeah.
so the girl side parents will come and say, oh, looks like my daughter. And boy side parents comes and say, hey, looks like my son. That's because that's how they see it.
Yeah.
That means both traits are present in that child. So if two different species, like or rather variants of human beings also marry, an Indian marrying a Caucasian, the child is going to have a mixture of genes, right? Similarly, bacteria also can do that.
Okay.
Microbes do that, and they keep evolving into them.
Okay.
So they don't have brains like we define it, but they have enough information that the brain can conduct itself, right? For maintaining the integrity of their species, they will do that.